This is PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube.
Hello and welcome to Global News on PSN Newsrun. Our headlines. In Africa, Tanzania erupts in post-election unrest as curfews protest rock nation. King Charles strips Prince Andrew of royal titles, orders eviction from Windsor over Epstein scandal. And on sports, Rena Wakama lands US coaching role as head coach of Hive BC in unrivaled basketball league. And now, details of the news bulletin. Tanzania is on edge as post-election protests, curfews and blackouts grip the nation following allegations of vote rigging and political repression that have cast a shadow over the country's democratic future. Marianne is here with details.
Unrest has erupted across Tanzania after this week's election, as protesters decry what they call a rigged ballot, sparking curfew, internet blackouts, and one of the biggest challenges of the ruling party in decades. Hurricane Melissa has left a trail of destruction across Jamaica and Haiti, unleashing record-breaking winds and catastrophic floods that have killed dozens and displaced thousands across the Caribbean. In the commercial capital, Dar es Salaam, and other major cities, crowds took the streets on Election Day, October 29th, venting frustration that the contest was devoid of meaningful opposition. The main opposition party, Chama Cha Democracia na Maendeleo, was banned from running, and its leader, Tundu Lissu, faced ransom charges. At least 2 people are confirmed dead and 100 detained after the clashes with security forces. Authorities declared a curfew in Dar es Salaam starting 6 p.m., while internet services shut down nationwide in an effort to control the unrest. The ruling party, Chama Cha Mapinduzi, CCM, under President Samia Suluhu Hassan, is expected to win easily. Opposition voices say the result was predetermined. Analysts warn that the combination of opposition exclusion, legal actions against critics, and heavy-handed policing has raised serious concerns about the democratic backsliding in Tanzania. As Tanzania heads into a politically charged post-election phase, the legitimacy of the votes and the direction of democratic governance faces their toughest test yet. Marianne Awia, PS News.
Hurricane Melissa has left a trail of destruction across Jamaica and Haiti, unleashing record-breaking winds and catastrophic floods that have killed dozens and displaced thousands across the Caribbean. Let's join Emanuela for more on this report.
A ferocious Category 5 storm dubbed Hurricane Melissa has slammed Jamaica and triggered deadly flooding in Haiti, leaving devastation in its wake and stirring urgent international relief efforts. Melissa made landfall in southwestern Jamaica as a Category 5 hurricane, with sustained winds reaching up to 185 miles per hour, 298 kilometers per hour, marking it as the strongest storm to hit the island in recorded history. Authorities estimate rainfall totals of 15 to 30 inches in Jamaica and up to 35 inches in parts of southern Haiti's Tiburon Peninsula, causing widespread flooding, landslides, and structural collapses. In Jamaica, extensive damage was reported. Entire neighborhoods submerged, roads and utility poles destroyed, and over 530,000 residents without power. The government declared a national disaster zone. In Haiti, heavy rain triggered fatal floods. At least 25 people died as rivers burst banks and homes collapsed in towns such as Petit-Goâve. The World Food Programme, WFP, and other humanitarian agencies are mobilizing food, water, shelter, and logistics support across the region, warning that access remains difficult due to damaged infrastructure. Climate experts say Melissa's rapid intensification and severity reflect the growing risk of extreme storms followed by global warming, highlighting the increased vulnerability of Caribbean nations. As Jamaica begins a long road to recovery and Haiti counts the mounting cost of flooding, the scale of destruction serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for stronger resilience in storm-prone regions. Ella Okechukwu, PS News.
King Charles III has stripped his brother Prince Andrew of all royal titles and ordered him to vacate his Windsor residence following renewed outrage over his ties to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and fresh revelations from Virginia Giuffre's memoir. Joycelyn is on royal duties.
King Charles III has formally removed his brother Prince Andrew from his royal titles and ordered him out of the 300-room Royal Lodge in Windsor, following renewed scandals tied to his association with convicted trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and the publication of harrowing claims in a posthumous memoir by Virginia Giuffre. Buckingham Palace announced on October 3, 2025 that Andrew Styles' titles and honors have been revoked. He will now be known simply as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. The palace statement said his lease on Royal Lodge has been terminated and will transition to private accommodation at the Sandringham Estate in Norfolk. The move comes amid growing pressures after Virginia Giuffre's memoir detailed her allegations that Andrew had sex with her 3 times when she was a minor. While Andrew denies the claims, the monarchy says the action is deemed necessary to uphold integrity. Legal and Royal Affairs analysts call the decision unprecedented. Stripping a prince of his birth title is exceptionally rare in modern British history. It signals a shift towards accountability within the institution. In what many view as a watershed moment for the British monarchy, King Charles deceased. In what many view as a watershed moment for the British monarchy, King Charles' decisive move may contrast sharply with past royal discretion and sets a new tone for how the crown handles reputational risk. Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada, PS News.
French prosecutors say suspects involved in the recent daylight theft of royal jewels from the Louvre Museum will be charged with organized theft and criminal conspiracy as investigations intensify into one of France's most daring art heists. Marianne filed in this report.
French prosecutor says suspect links to last week daring daylight theft at the Louvre Museum will be charged with organized theft and criminal conspiracy in what's been described as one of France's most audacious museum heists. The suspect allegedly stole priceless crown jewels from a display case at the Louvre before fleeing the scene in broad daylight. The jewels, part of France's royal collections, have yet to be recovered. According to Paris prosecutor Laure Becot, the suspects will be brought before the magistrate for formal charges of organized theft, which carries a maximum sentence of 15 years, and criminal conspiracy punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Becot told reporters that investigations are still working to trace the stolen artifacts and determine whether the theft was part of a wider international network. The Louvre, which reopened under tightened security, described the incident as a tragic blow of national heritage. French authorities say Interpol have been alerted as the global hunt for the missing jewels continues. As investigators close in, France's cultural community waits anxiously to see if the nation's stolen treasures will be recovered. Marianne Awia, PS News.
Flight delays have intensified across major U.S. airports, including Orlando, Dallas, and Washington, D.C., as a shortage of air traffic controllers disrupts schedules and strands passengers nationwide. Here's the report. Major U.S. airports in Orlando, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. are grappling with long flight delays amid a growing shortage of certified air traffic controllers, compounded by the ongoing government shutdown. The Federal Aviation Administration has reported that the staffing shortfall has forced it to issue ground delay programs at several airports, including Orlando International Airport, Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. At Orlando, delays are averaging over 2 hours, while in Washington, delays hover around 90 minutes and in Dallas, around 21 minutes. The shutdown has left thousands of air traffic controllers working without pay. The FAA estimated as 3,500 controllers below target staffing levels. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned the situation could become a disaster if operations remain strained into the busy holiday travel season. Passengers flying out of these major hubs are advised to check their flight status and expect longer delays as this aviation system faces one of its most severe disruptions in recent years. And now to the world of sport. Nigeria's women's basketball coach Rena Wakama has been appointed head coach of Hive BC in the US-based Unrivaled Basketball League, a major step in her fast-rising international coaching career. Our sports correspondent Samuel Akpan is on standby.
Nigeria's renowned women's basketball coach Rena Wakama has been named head coach of Hive BC in the US-based Unrivaled Basketball League, marking a major milestone in a rapidly ascending international career. The Unrivaled League's announcement confirms that Wakama will lead Hive BC, one of the league expansion franchise, in its second season set for early 2026. Wakama's credentials speak volumes as head coach of Nigeria's national women's team, the Tigress. She guided the team to historic achievements, including back-to-back AfroBasket title and a quarter-final berth at the 2024 Paris Olympics, making them the first African team, male or female, to reach that stage. Earlier this year, she joined the US Chicago Sky of the WNBA as an assistant coach, expanding her transcontinental footprint. Speaking on a new role, Wakama said it was an honor and a chance to lead a new chapter in women's basketball while continuing to inspire African coaches on the global stage. Analysts view the appointment as a win for both Nigerian basketball and the Unrivaled League, which is aiming to raise its profile and attract top international coaching talent ahead of 2026. As Rena Wakama steps into her new role, she carries not only a winning track record but a broader message about breaking barriers, underscoring how the influence of African-born coaches is reaching beyond borders and transforming global women's basketball. This is Samuel Akpan for PS News.
And that's it on Global News on PSN Newsrun. I am Oluwatosin Deba. Good evening.
You just watched PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube. This is your trusted voice for news that matters. Subscribe, like, share, and stay informed.